Another method scientists use to help with their theory of evolution or microevolution is comparing anatomy. And here they compare physical structures of organisms. One way is by looking at homologous structures. Basically, these are bone arrangements, and if you look here at this image, you'll see that you're looking at a human, bird, and a dolphin and an elephant, and we all have similar bone structures at some stage in development. Vestigial structures is a structure that can exist in an ancestor or from your past, and it doesn't really have a use for that organism in the current life, so eventually they kind of vanish out or have little function. And these are just some examples of vestigial structures, like a nictitating membrane, wisdom teeth, which we've talked about in class, the appendix. Little by little you see that these organs or major parts of the body can disappear because of lack of use. Comparing embryology is another way that scientists prove evidence of evolution. You basically compare organisms before birth. So if you look, here's a picture of a fish, a turtle, a salamander, and a human. And at the first stage of development, we actually are identical. It's not until about the second stage where you see a difference between us and a fish, but the major difference doesn't happen until the last stage of development. Comparing biochemistry is exactly what it says. We're comparing chemicals of life, such as DNA, proteins, carbohydrates. Write that down so you remember. Or anything really with Chan PS. So a review again on evolution. Remember, it's going to be a change in a population over time, and it's a change of genetic makeup, and it involves reproduction. Reproduction must happen. So let's define what is a population. It's basically a group of organisms in a single area interbreeding and producing fertile offspring. So if you see here, this is a population of deer, and this picture does not show a population because you have different types of species in a specific area. That would be a community. The father of evolution, or the person most responsible for proving evolution to exist, is Charles Darwin. That's a picture of him. He traveled on the Beagle, and these are facts you have to know. He mainly did his studies in the Galapagos Islands. That's where he did most of his observations, and he studied finches and tortoises. He published the theory of natural selection in a book called Origin of Life, and it basically covered two main points. If you are born in a specific area and you spread into various habitats around the world, you're going to see diversity amongst the organisms. So for example, a fox born and then is separated by tectonic plates, and one goes into the cold and one goes into the warmth, you're going to see different characteristics, like white hair in the fox in the cold climate versus brown hair in the tropical area. This is called geographical isolation, and as the organisms reproduce, they will be more unique or diverse from the original ancestor. Here's a picture of what I was just saying. This is basically a type of bird, and you see they all come from one ancestor, but as they separated throughout the world, they developed different traits or different characteristics. With the finches, which are in the Galapagos Islands, they're basically separated by food or the ability to obtain food, but you're going to see finches with a variety of beaks, not just length, but also their point versus the round beaks and things of that nature. There's more pictures of the finches.